folks, welcome back to Highest Gear Reviews. I'm Lou Thomas, and I'd like to thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Hey, so as you saw, we're going to talk about something kind of exciting, how to get your new Corvette for under $650. And basically this kind of applies to almost any car really, but the example I'm going to use is going to be the new 2021 C8 Corvette. So hey, if you could do me a favor, I've got some other cool videos coming up. I've got one on an insurance deal that I found that's pretty interesting. I hadn't even heard of it before. But you might be able to get a pretty good rate on your insurance. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button, the notifications, all that kind of stuff. And please hit the like button if you like it. Check out my other car review videos, a whole bunch more to come up. But today what I want to talk to you about is this thing called a payment saver auto loan. Now I hadn't heard of it until recently, and it was actually referred to me by one of my credit unions. And it's just kind of a cool option as far as a way to finance your vehicle. It's basically a balloon payment on the end, which is basically a lease. And that's basically what this is. It's a lease, okay? The reason it has some advantages is you can use it at, any dealership pretty much on almost any car. I'm going to show you kind of the website where you can go for. There are some that aren't included, that aren't allowed, but it has a whole list of vehicles that you can do this program on. Some of the cool things about it are there's very low restrictions, so it's pretty easy to get into, and I'm going to show you that as far as the credit requirements and kind of what they look at on the back end. So I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a banker or anything like that. I'm just showing you this option that I found that I thought was pretty interesting, and you may find interesting as well. So do your due diligence, take a look at it if you want to, and see if it works for you. But some of the things about it is you also get the benefits of you own the vehicle. So you get the title. It isn't owned by Mercedes-Benz or Genesis Finance or GMAC or whoever. You basically get the title. You decide what to do with the vehicle. You could sell it early or whatever you want to do. So that's kind of nice. Some cool things about it is you can use it on a newer used vehicle. Can be up to 5 years old. As far as the finance terms go, or the lease terms, you can go all the way up to 72 months on it. You can also do 110% of the vehicle value. So that's kind of cool. So say you're going to buy a pickup truck, like you want to buy a Dodge Ram or something, but the dealership has one with like a lift kit installed on it, for like an extra $4,000 or $5,000. So you could kind of roll that into this, and because you get that 110% of the vehicle value, you can roll that into the lease. A lot of times the leasing companies will only do the exact value of the vehicle, right? So say that Dodge Ram truck is $45,000. That's what your lease is going to be on, is $45,000. But say that Ram vehicle, the base price on it is $45,000. They got a $5,000 lift kit on it, and that's $50,000. You can still roll that all into this kind of payment saver loan, okay? Other thing is you can select your mileage. Obviously you can go 12,000, 15,000, 18,000 miles. Makes very little different on the payment. Another nice thing, there's no security deposit, so that's kind of cool. There's also no acquisition fees, and there are no early payoff penalties either. And so like I said, the nice thing about it is you can either sell the vehicle, you could sell it while you're leasing it as well. It doesn't matter as long as you just pay off the residual value, which I'm going to show you. That's all up front as soon as you start this process. Or you can just take it back to the dealership, and basically the bank will just take over the vehicle, right? They'll just walk away. You just turn it in and walk away from the vehicle, and you're done with it, and then maybe start another one. Now, one of the cool things about this is these are done by credit unions. I like credit unions. I've always had really good luck with them. The thing I like about this is you can lease this vehicle, right? So you can get a nicer vehicle for a much lower payment than you're buying it for. Now, the idea behind this is you would lease the vehicle. At the end of the term, you already know what the balloon payment's going to be, or what the last payoff, to pay off the vehicle is going to be. Now, you've already established by now a relationship with this credit union. Now, obviously, they want you to stay a customer with them, right? And they want to give you another loan. So, if you wanted to, you could maybe do like a 24-month lease, kind of get your foot in the door, get the payment a little bit lower. You'll know what that balloon payment's going to be, or what that payoff amount's going to be, and then you just renegotiate with them at the end of the lease. And now you're going to get a used car loan from them, and credit unions are very aggressive as far as their interest rates, so you'll probably get a pretty good interest rate. So it's kind of a cool way to do it. So now, let's take a look. This is also done, it's the main company that does these is called Auto Finance Group. They're the ones that are kind of the big guys behind the scenes on these loans when you go to the credit unions, and I'll show you some stuff on that as well. So stick with me. Let's take a look. Please hit that subscribe button. There's other cool videos coming up, and let's take a look at how this whole program works, okay? And we're going to start with just an example of a C8 Corvette, and then we're going to see some other stuff, and then I'm going to show you like kind of a little cartoon at the end from one of the credit unions that kind of explains how the program works. Hey, appreciate it. Take care and stay safe. Okay, so here we are. So we're going to look at a PenFed credit union. So I'm a member of these guys. You can join them, even though it says PenFed, it's actually Pentagon Federal Credit Union. You don't have to be a service member. I was, but it doesn't make a difference. You don't have to be. You can just get a hold of them. I think it's like $5 membership fee or something to join up with PenFed Credit Union. So we're going to look at this. So this is PenFed. If you look at the URL up here, penfed.org, calculators/payment saver calculator. So this is where you want to go just to take a look at an example of how this payment saver deal works. Okay. So we're here. Now you can either type in the VIN of the vehicle if you know the exact VIN, or you can actually just type in kind of the other information and it'll go through a kind of like a search engine deal to find the vehicle that you're looking for and give you the values on it. So let's scroll down just a little bit, and we're going to put in our vehicle. So we're going to go Chevrolet, and we're going to go with a 2021. We're going to go with a Corvette Stingray Coupe, and we're going to go with the base option package on the vehicle, so a 1LT. So we have all this entered in here. You can type in you can add it here if you want to add the navigation system to it, but it doesn't make too much difference from what I've noticed. We're going to hit go. Okay, now on this screen over here, it shows 2021 Corvette Stingray Coupe New 1LT. MSRP $59,985, residual value $40,850, the way the loan is structured right now. So let's look at what we've got going on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this up a little bit. So this is the loan amount. Doesn't show anything right here as far as monthly payment yet goes, but let's change this. So let's go that we're going to go and we're going to basically get the loan for the full amount. So as you can see up here, it says you can't go for over. Loan amount can't be less than residual value. So there's a residual value. It has to be above that. So we're going to take it all the way up to pretty much the price of the vehicle. So it's a little bit sensitive with my mouse here, but there we go. $59,853, pretty close, right, to the MSRP. In terms of the lows, so here it's showing 3 years. Let's just, for the fun of it, let's stretch it out a little bit more. Oh, so here we go. So here's our payment, $653 per month. Residual values up there. Final payment. That's because there's some fees and that kind of stuff, but that would be the final payment if you wanted to buy the vehicle at the end of the lease. So now let's stretch it out a little bit. So if we went to 48 months, now our payment is $633.97. Final payment, if we wanted to buy the vehicle out, would be $36,833. And let's stretch it out a little bit further. There we go. Let's go to 60 months. So now our payment is $650 basically. Our buyout payment would be basically $30,000. Interest rate is actually really good, 3.99% as far as a lease on 60 months. So not too bad. So another cool thing that this shows is if you were to purchase the vehicle on a normal purchase, and that would be what your monthly payment would be if you're doing a purchase on it, $1,072. It shows you how much you're saving on the payment saver too. So a pretty neat tool, and like I said, you can use this on a variety of different vehicles. There are some that aren't on here, but you'll just go through kind of that little search engine and it'll show you the different vehicles. Obviously, you just plug it in, the kind of vehicle that you want to look for. So one of the cool things about this is, especially on like a Corvette, there's a good probability that this car is going to be worth quite a bit more than this final payment is going to be. So if that's the case, if you're taking this $60,000 car, and after the 60 months, or actually let's drop it down to, let's say we were going to keep it, here we go, for 3 years. So they're thinking the final payment is going to be $41,500, and the value of that car, being kind of a rare car, is probably going to be quite a bit higher than this amount. So basically, like I said, you're going to basically own the car, sort of, So you could sell the car, you could walk away, you could do whatever you want at this point. So yeah, it's a kind of a cool option. So the company that basically does this is a company called AFG Auto Finance Group. So let's take a look at something here, though. So let's go to Auto Finance Group. Now this one here gives you a little bit more where you can look a little bit deeper into the loan, okay? So this one up here, just here's the URL, secureautofinancialgroup.com, and you can just type in Auto Finance Group Payment Saver. It's an easy way to find it. So let's go down here. Let's choose our vehicle again. Let's go for 2021. And just to make it easy, we're going to go over Chevrolet. Corvette Coupe again. 1LT. And now let's go to get quotes. Okay, so here we go. Now this one kind of shows you some of the equipment that's on the car that you can expect to see on it without 2 keys, that kind of stuff. As you can see, this is the same value, same value on the vehicle, but the cool thing on this one here is you can kind of type in some extra information if you want, okay? So you could type in, say you were getting it with some kind of an extended warranty or something. So let's say we were going to pay, here we go, let's go to example, $600, let's say there were some other fees like the dealer fees or another $600. Let's say our sales tax is 3% or something like that. This one also here will show you your credit score, where you can change the credit score. So this is kind of what the finance department is kind of looking at, I guess you could say, even though you're going through the bank. So you can change that from A+ tier. It gives you the credit score number. So if you're a 700 and above, you'd be here, 600s, 500s, all that kind of stuff. So looks like it's got some pretty good margins as far as where you can go. So let's see. So we're going to take a look at this one. We're going to go with, let's start with the A+ just for the fun of it. Here's all our stuff. We're going to do 12,000 miles. And everything looks good to go. And here are our payments over here. So there's our terms. There are basically called a balloon loan, which is basically what it is, right? It's a lease. It's that you can walk away from it. So it's 72 months. We're going to be leasing this Corvette, which is a $61,000 car, $717. If we were to purchase it, conventional payment would be $987. Now let's just change this, though, to a lower credit score. So let's say you have a B credit score. So let's remember this is 717. Let's go to B. Okay, and there we go. So $20 a month difference. That's really not very much. So let's see if you were a C, 600 and above. So $20. So there we go. So let's go from the bottom. I don't even know if they'll finance you on this one, but hey, if they do, here you go. It would be $767 a month. To A, it would be $717 a month. So, I mean, in my opinion, it's a pretty good option. I mean, it gets you into there as far as if you're looking for kind of a vehicle that maybe you don't want to do the dealership's financing, or you just want to look at it yourself. Like I said, I like dealing with credit unions. I've always had really good luck dealing with credit unions, and that's why I'm using on my car, which happens to be a Corvette. So I'm going to be using a credit union to finance them as well. So that was just kind of what I wanted to show you guys. If you could do me a favor, hey, hit that subscribe button whenever you can, and I've got some other cool stuff coming up. One of the other ones I want to talk to you guys about is agreed upon value insurance. So what that is you can insure your vehicle for an agreed upon value. So say you get this Corvette or whatever car you're getting, Dodge Hellcat, whatever, Jeep, Rubicon. Now you can tell basically the insurer, I want to insure this vehicle for this amount. So you buy your Corvette, you insure it for $65,000. If the vehicle gets totaled 2-3 years down the road, it's pretty simple. They just write you a check for $65,000 because that was the agreed upon value for the vehicle. So it doesn't turn into this whole, oh, well, your vehicle's 2 years old and it's this and that and it's only worth $8,000 now. It's the agreed value of the vehicle. The surprising thing on that is the rates are really good. And I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about that in the next video. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And in the meantime, I do want to show you this little video as well. So hopefully you're here, and I'm going to line up a video It's basically from one of the credit unions, and it's just a little video explaining how the Payment Saver Auto Loan works. So I appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and let me cue up this video, and take care, and we'll talk to you later.
With the TCT Payment Saver Auto Loan, you finally have an auto loan that provides tremendous value while solving one of your greatest problems, finding a monthly payment that fits your budget. Let's see how it works. Here's the situation. Vehicle prices are rising as new auto models evolve faster than ever. At TCT, we know you ultimately make purchase decisions based on the monthly payment that results from the financing options available to you. Your main concern is fitting the payment into your budget. Two common ways to finance a vehicle are conventional loans or traditional balloon loans. With conventional loans, you have to keep extending terms to lower the monthly payment enough to meet your budget. You end up tied to a loan for years, even longer than you want the car, leaving you with very little flexibility. Or you rely on the vehicle's value to pay back the loan balance at some point before the end of the loan term so you can trade into a new vehicle sooner. That means you need to pay close attention to the time it takes to pay down the loan enough so that the vehicle will be worth more than what you owe. This is also known as being in a positive equity position. Traditional balloon financing, which is a type of residual-based financing, is an alternative option to manage the low monthly payment requirements that you want. With a balloon loan, a portion of the loan is deferred to the end of the loan and is due at the end of the term as a lump sum. The main benefit is that this structure reduces the monthly payment. Let's say you choose a balloon loan with a 3-year termination point, and let's say the vehicle is worth more at that 3-year point than what you owe on the loan. What do you do with that? You can take it to a dealership and trade it in, and to benefit from the positive equity you have. But what if it's worth less than $16,500 at the termination point? Let's say the vehicle is only worth $14,000. Then what? Then you'd have to eat a loss of $2,500. Not too good. It solves the low monthly payment problem, but also creates a lot of uncertainty. You'd wish you could just walk away from it. Well, now you can. The TCT Payment Saver Auto Loan creates a win-win for you by guaranteeing the future value of the vehicle at the time of financing. TCT will say your auto will be worth $16,500 in 3 years, a guaranteed future value at the end of the loan. We call it the walk-away option. You win no matter what. If you're in a positive equity position, you can reap that benefit. If you're in a negative equity position, you can return the vehicle to TCT and walk away and start over with a clean slate, instead of rolling that deficit into a new loan and staying on a negative equity treadmill. Eligible vehicles are new and used vehicles up to 5 years old. Financing terms offered are 36 to 72 months. Residual value is established based on the term of the loan using industry-approved guidelines similar to leasing. Monthly payments are lower than conventional financing. The program essentially lets you pay for only the portion of the car that you will actually use. At TCT, we know that you're looking for financing options that match your budget, protect you from vehicle depreciation, and help you avoid the negative equity treadmill. That's why we created the TCT Payment Saver Auto Loan Program. You can trust TCT to always put people over profits by providing the best financing options in the industry.